Well, 8 months ago, after the deadly rocket attack in the Druze community of Majdal Shams, the families of 12 children killed are working to find purpose through spiritual and religious beliefs. Most media outlets will reshare their stories on the anniversary of the attack, but ILTV is dedicated to keeping their memories alive, no matter the time of year. ILTV's Shosh Bedrosian reports from the border of Israel and Lebanon and speaks with the families.
The crisp air in Majdal Shams is masked through the joy of children playing on this soccer field. It's a place that is filled with life and hope in this small Druze community that sits on the border of Lebanon.
When I was younger, I used to always dream of traveling and living outside of Israel altogether. But now, I can't imagine leaving this town.
20-year-old Mila Sha'ar has lived here her whole life, and this field has always been a central fixture in it.
The thing he loved the most in the world, it was soccer. If you see how many footballs he have at home, you'd go oh my God, he has so many.
Her youngest brother Milar was always decked out in soccer jerseys, wanting to become a professional player one day. That's why on July 27th, it was no surprise the 10-year-old wanted to spend the evening doing what he loved the most.
Since my grandma died, every Saturday we went somewhere, the whole family, my uncles, cousins, everybody. We were all there, we were having so much fun. And since morning, my brother was like, my friends are calling me, they're at the field, I want to go there. And I had work at 6 p.m. So when it came time that I want to leave, I told him, okay, I'll take you with me.
Sha'ar was the last one in her family to see Milar alive that day.
Hi everyone, my name is Milar.
As the funny, kind, and bright boy would soon be the youngest victim of a Hezbollah rocket attack. Just 18 minutes later, sirens sounded, and with no time to spare, the rocket directly hit the field while children played on it.
To be honest, when I want to go to sleep, as soon as I close my eyes, I started seeing that day. It all start coming back to me.
Sha'ar said she couldn't reach her brother and found out he was rushed to the hospital.
When I made it there, I went to the room that he was in, and I saw where his knee, he had a big chunk, of meat gone. A few minutes later, when we went in there, he was unconscious. We couldn't talk to him. He was all bloody. And yes, just a half an hour later, maybe, they told us that he passed away.
A light dimmed for 12 Druze families that day as the lives of their innocent children aged 10 years old to 16 were brutally cut short. A turning point in a deadly war that now thrusted the tight-knit ethnic Druze community into the center of it. With nowhere else to turn, the families began to rely on each other and created this shared space to grieve. Laith Abu Saleh lost his 16-year-old son Fajr and nephew Hazem in the attack.
מרגישים אותו דבר, אנחנו מאז ה-27 לשבעי. אני גאה בהם, ואנחנו מאמינים בגלגול נשמות, אז אני מאחל להם שיהיו במקומות יותר טובים מכאן וחיים יותר שמחים, שיהיו במקום שיש בו יותר שלום מבו מהאזור שלנו.
The remnants of July 27th linger in Majdal Shams. A mangled fence and the chaos from that day can still be seen and felt 8 months later.
What is it like for you to come back to the location where this happened?
At first, it was pretty hard, to see, when I see, what the missile did to the metal, and, you can see the building there, what it did to the building. I can't imagine what it did to the little bodies,
The community has leaned on their spiritual and religious beliefs to make sense of the horrific tragedy from that day.
You found purpose in your brother's death through your religion.
Yes,
talk to me about it.
Religious people from our town, they started telling us that God picked them one by one, 12 stars. He picked them for a reason, As Druze, we say Alhamdulillah for everything. It means thank God for everything, So even when my brother died, I kept saying, Alhamdulillah, thank God for everything. It's like everything happens for a reason. Everything has purpose in life.
How would Milar feel knowing that there's children still playing on this field today?
I think he is pretty happy. The life in this field hasn't died that day with the kids, you know, it's still going. They're still coming here. They're not afraid. It makes me feel so much better.
This story is part of a series we're putting together on the Majdal Shams community. Tune in the rest of the week to watch the other stories.